If you're over 60, you've likely been warned about cancer, heart disease, or stroke. But what if the true danger isn't in your bloodstream? It's in your grocery bag? Not junk food. Not takeout. But everyday items in your fridge, foods that look harmless, even healthy, but silently accelerate aging from the inside out. For years, you've been told these items were good for you. Recommended. Safe. But science is catching up. And the truth is more alarming than anyone wants to admit. These foods aren't just bad because of sugar or fat. They disrupt your memory, weaken your bones, inflame your joints, and quietly drain the life out of your golden years. And here's the part no one talks about. At your age, your body responds differently. What once gave you energy in your 30s might now cause brain fog, high blood pressure, or worse. You may feel tired all the time. You may think it's just normal aging. But it might be breakfast. Or lunch. Or your afternoon snack. We're about to expose 4 specific foods, common, trusted, even recommended, that are harming seniors faster than most chronic illnesses. And chances are, one of them is in your home right now. So if you've ever felt like your body is slowing down for no reason, like you're doing everything right but still getting worse, this might be why. Hit the like button if this already sounds familiar, and subscribe now to better aging advice, because the next food on this list may be the one doing the most damage. Clovis Beale wasn't the kind of man who ignored his health. He didn't smoke, didn't drink much, and never skipped his yearly checkups. At 67, he still mowed his own lawn, paid attention to nutrition labels, and proudly told people he was getting older, not old. He had routines, good ones. He ate yogurt in the morning for gut health. Oatmeal with cinnamon for breakfast, because it was heart healthy. Chicken breast at dinner, marinated for flavor, grilled, never fried. He even cooked with corn oil because the label said it was cholesterol free. From the outside, Clovis looked like a man doing everything right. He still tuned pianos part-time, did the local paper's crossword in ink, and walked his dog Rufus every day without fail. But around his 68th birthday, things changed. Subtly at first. He started forgetting names, not strangers, but old friends. Words that once came easily began slipping away mid-sentence. He caught himself standing in the kitchen without remembering why he walked in. His balance felt off. Sometimes he'd reach for the fridge door and sway sideways, like his feet forgot how to keep him steady. He blamed it on fatigue. Maybe he needed more rest. But the sleep wasn't helping. One afternoon, after nearly falling down the porch stairs, he finally told his doctor. The doctor ran some basic tests, shrugged, and said, "Clovis, you're just getting older. This is all part of aging." But Clovis didn't buy it. He still felt sharp somewhere under the fog. His body still wanted to keep up. Something didn't add up. And it haunted him. What if this wasn't aging? What if it was something he was doing every day, without realizing it? He started journaling what he ate. He looked back at his routines. Then he started researching, really digging, and what he found shook him. Almost everything he ate daily had a hidden cost for seniors. The yogurt was full of fake sugars that messed with his brain's chemistry. The oatmeal packets were sending his blood sugar through the roof. The marinated chicken was loaded with preservatives that aged his arteries. And the safe cooking oil? It was causing inflammation at the cellular level. Clovis didn't change overnight. But once he saw the pattern, he couldn't unsee it. This wasn't bad luck. It wasn't random. It was a slow drip of harm, one bite at a time. And for the first time, he realized, aging hadn't taken him hostage. His food had. Food number 1, the fake health booster that damages your brain. Clovis was a creature of habit. He liked routine. Each morning started the same way: leash up Rufus, stroll 2 laps around the block, and head back for breakfast. He'd pop the lid off a little yogurt cup, usually peach or vanilla. The label was comforting: supports digestive health. With probiotics. Heart smart. It made him feel like he was giving his body exactly what it needed. But the truth hiding beneath that foil lid? It wasn't health. It was slow sabotage. Here's what Clovis, and millions of others, didn't realize. That flavored probiotic yogurt wasn't feeding his gut. It was inflaming it. Most store-bought yogurts targeted at health-conscious seniors are loaded with synthetic additives designed to improve texture, shelf life, and taste, but not health. They contain artificial sweeteners like aspartame or sucralose. Even when they boast no added sugar, they sneak in chemical sugar substitutes that the body doesn't know how to process. And when your digestive system is already slowing down with age, those fake sugars cause bloating, gas, irregularity, and even chronic inflammation. And don't be fooled by those big bold letters that say probiotic. What Clovis, and most people, didn't know is this: most commercial yogurts are pasteurized after fermentation. That means the heat kills the very bacteria you're promised. You think you're boosting your microbiome, but you're swallowing dead strains that do absolutely nothing for your gut. Worse still, to make these yogurts creamy and appealing, manufacturers load them with stabilizers like carrageenan, modified cornstarch, and guar gum. While those make the yogurt feel smooth, they irritate the lining of your gut over time, especially in older adults who are more vulnerable to inflammation. So what does all this do to the brain? Here's where it gets serious. There's a direct line between your gut and your brain. It's called the gut-brain axis, and it functions like a feedback loop. If your gut is inflamed, your brain receives stress signals. If your gut bacteria are out of balance, your brain chemistry suffers too. Clovis didn't connect the dots right away. He just felt off. A little foggy. Names didn't come as fast. He'd pause mid-sentence. Forget appointments. He figured it was aging. But the fog had a source: his daily yogurt. It was triggering an internal storm of low-grade inflammation, affecting his memory, mood, and even coordination. When he finally got curious enough to track what he ate and how he felt after, he noticed something strange. On days he skipped the yogurt, he felt better. More awake. More focused. Less heavy in his gut, and lighter in his mind. So he made a switch. Instead of processed, flavored cups, Clovis started buying plain, organic, unsweetened yogurt, with live, active cultures clearly listed on the label. He added his own fruit. Sometimes cinnamon. A few walnuts. And within weeks, the difference was unmistakable. No more afternoon brain fog. More consistent digestion. And the crossword puzzle? He was finishing it faster again. For Clovis, that single change didn't just improve his digestion, it gave him back his sharpness. So before you reach for that healthy yogurt cup, take a moment. Flip it over. Read the ingredients. Ask yourself, is this nourishing my body, or tricking me with a pretty label? Because after 60, every bite matters more than ever. And if you care about your clarity, memory, and independence, what you eat for gut health can either heal you, or quietly harm you. What's in your fridge right now? Drop your favorite gut health foods in the comments, and if you're not sure, ask. We'll break it down together. Food number 2, the memory killer disguised as senior friendly. Clovis always believed breakfast was the most important meal of the day. And every morning, rain or shine, he had a ritual. Leash up Rufus, warm up some water, rip open a packet of instant oatmeal, and pour it into his favorite blue ceramic bowl. Maple and brown sugar. Sometimes apple cinnamon. Always heart healthy, as the box said in big red letters. It was fast, easy to make, and gave him that warm, sweet comfort that made him feel like he was starting the day right. But what Clovis didn't know was this: that oatmeal wasn't giving him energy. It was draining it. And more dangerously, it was erasing his memory one morning at a time. See, instant oatmeal packets are marketed as senior friendly. Low fat. Easy to digest. Made for heart health. But the reality? These packets are a cleverly disguised health trap, especially for older adults. Let's start with how they're made. Unlike traditional steel cut or rolled oats, instant oats go through an ultrafine milling process. This breaks the oats down into a powdery texture so they cook faster. But it also strips away the dense fiber that normally slows digestion. So instead of a slow, steady release of energy, your body experiences a glycemic spike, a sugar rush that's faster than many desserts. And it's not just the oats. Take a look at the ingredients next time. You'll find added sugars, artificial flavorings, preservatives, and even color enhancers. In that little brown packet, you're often getting more sugar than a chocolate chip cookie, with none of the fiber or fat to slow it down. For seniors, this rapid blood sugar rise and fall isn't just about energy. It affects mood, balance, and most dangerously, cognitive function. Here's what was happening to Clovis. After eating his instant oatmeal, he'd feel alert for maybe 20 minutes. But during his walk with Rufus, he often felt lightheaded. Sometimes dizzy. By mid-morning, He'd get cranky and forgetful. He thought it was dehydration. Or age. But it wasn't. It was glucose spikes creating a roller coaster in his bloodstream, and in his brain. And research now shows that repeated glucose swings can damage the hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for memory. Even scarier? These silent sugar swings accelerate brain aging. Clovis had no idea that his comforting morning meal was quietly undermining his mental sharpness. Until one week, he ran out of instant packets. Too tired to grocery shop, he made plain oats instead. Added a few crushed walnuts, a sprinkle of cinnamon, and half a sliced banana. And something unexpected happened. No dizziness on the walk. No mid-morning crash. He felt level, clearer. So he did a little digging, and realized the truth. It wasn't age that was fogging him up. It was oatmeal. Since then, he's been on a mission to share what he learned the hard way. Because for seniors, even the most innocent sounding foods can have outsized effects on brain health. That instant packet? It's not a gentle start to your day. It's a memory trap. If you've been using flavored oatmeal for breakfast, you're not alone. Millions of people, especially those over 60, trust those packets because they look healthy. But here's the shift: swap them out. Use steel cut or rolled oats, cook them slow, and sweeten them naturally with berries or a few crushed nuts. Add a bit of healthy fat, like flaxseed or almond butter, to balance your blood sugar. It's not about cutting oatmeal. It's about choosing the right kind, so your brain stays clear, your energy stays level, and your mornings fuel your life, not fog it. So tell me, what's your go-to morning meal? Drop it in the comments. We might just help you find a better, safer, smarter way to start your day. Food number 3, the convenient protein wrecking your joints. Clovis always appreciated convenience. After a long day tuning pianos and managing his modest life, he didn't want to spend hours cooking. So, when he found those pre-marinated chicken breasts at the grocery store, ready to pop straight into the oven, he thought he'd hit the jackpot. A quick dinner with flavor, no fuss, no mess. But what Clovis didn't realize was that convenience was costing him dearly. His joints, bones, and even his kidneys were quietly paying the price. Pre-marinated chicken breasts, like many store-bought ready-to-cook meats, often contain an additive called sodium phosphate. This preservative does one thing well: it binds water to meat, keeping it juicy and extending shelf life. But the trade-off? It's a hidden danger for seniors that most people don't talk about. Sodium phosphate isn't just an innocent ingredient. Studies show it can wreak havoc on your kidneys, the very organs responsible for filtering waste and balancing minerals in your blood. As we age, kidney function naturally declines. Adding this chemical accelerates that decline, making your body less efficient at regulating important minerals like calcium. Why does calcium matter? Because calcium is the foundation of strong bones. When sodium phosphate floods your system, it leaches calcium from your bones, making them more fragile. And fragile bones lead to brittle nails, aching joints, and a higher risk of fractures. Clovis noticed his nails breaking more easily and felt sharp twinges in his knees after walking Rufus. He chalked it up to just getting old. But it wasn't just age, it was his diet catching up with him. Vascular aging is another side effect. Sodium phosphate accelerates the hardening of arteries, a condition called arteriosclerosis. When your blood vessels stiffen, it restricts blood flow to joints and muscles, causing inflammation and chronic pain. All of these effects came together to create a perfect storm for Clovis. His once easygoing morning walks became painful. His energy dropped. And yet, the cause was lurking in his healthy dinners. The turning point came when Clovis's granddaughter, an aspiring nutritionist, suggested he read labels more carefully. They sat together one afternoon, scanning ingredient lists on his usual meat packages. Sodium phosphate, she said, pointing it out. I've seen this before. It's in a lot of processed meats. It's why your joints hurt and your nails break so easily. He was stunned. Determined, Clovis switched back to plain, unseasoned chicken breasts, fresh cuts without chemicals. He started seasoning them himself, using fresh herbs, lemon juice, and olive oil. Simple, natural ingredients. Within weeks, Clovis felt a difference that surprised even him. His knees stopped aching like rusty hinges. His nails grew stronger. He woke up with less stiffness and more spring in his step. And his walks with Rufus? They became joyful again, not painful. This wasn't just about chicken. It was about reclaiming his independence and quality of life. So here's the message. Next time you shop for meat, don't be fooled by convenience or flavor-packed packages. Check the label for sodium phosphate or other additives. These silent chemicals might be the hidden reason your joints ache or your bones feel fragile. Cooking from scratch isn't always easy, but the payoff is worth it. Using real herbs and citrus to flavor your meals nourishes your body instead of damaging it. And after 60, every choice counts more than ever. Have you noticed joint pain or other symptoms after eating prepackaged meats? Tell us your experience in the comments below. Let's get real about what convenience foods are doing to our bodies, and how we can take back control. Because eating well isn't just about taste, it's about staying strong, mobile, and independent for years to come. Food number 4, the golden oil that ages you from the inside out. Corn oil has long been marketed as a healthy cooking oil, especially for seniors seeking cholesterol-free options. Bright golden in color, it's affordable, widely available, and often the go-to oil in many kitchens. Clovis Beale was no exception. For years, he relied on corn oil for nearly every meal, scrambled eggs in the morning, sautéed vegetables for lunch, and even baking treats in the evening. It seemed like a harmless habit, even a smart one. But beneath its sunny appearance lurked a hidden enemy that was quietly accelerating the aging process from the inside out. The journey from corn kernels to that bottle of golden oil involves intense heat and chemical processing. During this refining, the oil undergoes chemical distortion, stripping away natural nutrients and creating harmful compounds that can wreak havoc in the body. What remains is an oil loaded with omega-6 fatty acids. While omega-6 fats are essential in moderation, they help with brain function and skin health. The average senior consumes far too much, primarily because corn oil is so commonly used. This imbalance between omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids is dangerous. Omega-6 fats promote inflammation when consumed in excess. Chronic inflammation is a silent but deadly driver of many age-related diseases, especially in the blood vessels. It damages the delicate lining of arteries, leading to stiffening, narrowing, and ultimately increasing the risk of high blood pressure, heart attacks, and strokes. Clovis had no idea that the oil he trusted was doing all this damage inside him. But inflammation wasn't the only problem. Excess omega-6 disrupts hormone function, a critical issue for seniors. Hormones regulate everything from energy levels and mood to metabolism and immune responses. When these hormones get out of sync, seniors like Clovis can experience fatigue, irritability, weight gain, and even insulin resistance, making it harder to maintain health and vitality. One of the first things Clovis noticed was his skin. It began to lose its youthful glow, becoming dull and dry. Fine lines deepened, and he saw more wrinkles each day. His eyes often felt dry and irritated, a sign of internal inflammation. His digestion became sluggish, causing discomfort and bloating, which made eating, a simple joy, feel burdensome. Energy levels plummeted, making it harder to get through his daily walks with Rufus, his faithful dog. Like many seniors, Clovis initially blamed these changes on just getting older. But deep inside, he suspected something else was wrong. After a little research and advice from his doctor, he made a crucial decision to swap corn oil for healthier alternatives, cold-pressed olive oil and avocado oil. These oils have powerful anti-inflammatory properties, rich in monounsaturated fats and antioxidants that protect cells from damage. The transformation was remarkable. Within weeks, Clovis's digestion improved significantly, no more bloating or discomfort after meals. His skin regained a subtle but noticeable glow, appearing more hydrated and youthful. His energy surged, allowing him to enjoy longer, happier walks with Rufus. Even his mood lifted, reflecting the renewed balance within his body. This isn't just Clovis's story. It's a wake-up call for all seniors who still reach for that familiar golden bottle. Corn oil's hidden dangers often go unnoticed, but the effects accumulate over time, accelerating aging in your blood vessels, skin, brain, and hormones. If you're still cooking with corn oil, it's time to rethink your choice. Switching to cold-pressed olive oil or avocado oil isn't just a flavor upgrade, it's a powerful step toward protecting your health and aging gracefully. Have you tried changing your cooking oils before? What differences did you notice in your health or energy? Share your experience in the comments below. Your story might inspire someone else to make a healthier choice today. Remember, aging well isn't about avoiding every risk but making smart, informed decisions that help you live longer and better. And sometimes, that starts with what's in your kitchen. The real danger isn't just in eating one of these foods occasionally, it's what happens when all four sneak into your daily routine, creating a perfect storm inside your body that accelerates aging and disease without you even realizing it. This is what scientists call inflammaging, a hidden enemy that's quietly destroying your brain, heart, and bones day after day. Inflammaging is a chronic, low-grade inflammation that builds up slowly over time. Unlike the sudden inflammation you might feel from an injury or infection, inflammaging is silent and persistent. It damages tissues gradually, breaking down your body's defenses and making you vulnerable to memory loss, heart disease, osteoporosis, and even frailty. For seniors, this slow burn can be devastating. Clovis lived this reality. Every day, he thought he was making smart choices, eating what seemed like healthy yogurt, grabbing a quick oatmeal packet, cooking convenient marinated chicken, and using that familiar corn oil for flavor. But unknowingly, these foods were combining forces inside him, feeding the inflammaging process like fuel to a fire. The artificial additives in flavored yogurts inflamed his gut and brain. The instant oatmeal caused spikes and crashes in his blood sugar, harming his memory and energy. The sodium phosphate in marinated chicken weakened his bones and kidneys. And the excess omega-6 fatty acids in corn oil triggered widespread inflammation in his blood vessels and organs. This domino effect meant Clovis's body was under constant attack, wearing down faster than it should. His memory slipped, his joints ached, his energy faded, and his skin lost its youthful glow. But he didn't have to accept this decline as just aging. Once Clovis identified the problem and removed these four foods, his body began to heal. His energy returned, his memory sharpened, and even his blood pressure improved. His doctor was amazed at the turnaround, not because of medication, but because of smarter food choices. You might be surprised at how powerful this simple shift can be. The key isn't about strict dieting or deprivation, it's about cutting out the hidden triggers that silently fuel aging, and replacing them with nourishing, whole foods that support your body's natural defenses. Have you ever felt stuck in a health decline that you couldn't explain? Maybe it's time to look closer at what's on your plate every day. Share your thoughts below. What changes would you consider making after hearing Clovis's story? Remember, aging well doesn't have to mean slow decline. Sometimes, the most profound changes come from the smallest, smartest choices. And this could be the one that changes everything for you. Clovis's transformation wasn't about dramatic life overhauls or fancy wellness trends. He didn't stumble onto some magic pill or sign up for an intense fitness boot camp. What he did was far simpler, and far more sustainable. He quietly swapped out the four hidden offenders in his diet that had been quietly sabotaging his health for years. And in just 10 weeks, the changes were undeniable. Before this shift, Clovis often found himself battling sudden dizzy spells that came out of nowhere, leaving him off balance and anxious. These episodes had become more frequent, forcing him to slow down, cancel plans, and live cautiously. His forgetfulness, misplacing keys, blanking on names or appointments, felt like a slow erosion of the life he loved. Even after lunch, a meal that once energized him, he found himself drained and lethargic, barely able to make it through his afternoon routine. But by simply cutting out flavored probiotic yogurts loaded with artificial ingredients, ditching instant oatmeal packets that spiked his blood sugar, avoiding pre-marinated chicken heavy with harmful additives, and replacing corn oil with healthier alternatives, Clovis began to reclaim his vitality. Within a few weeks, the dizzy spells faded. His balance improved, giving him newfound confidence to enjoy his daily walks with Rufus again without the fear of falling. His mind cleared, names and appointments no longer slipped away like sand through his fingers. Even his afternoons brightened, fueled by stable energy that didn't crash. What's remarkable is that Clovis's comeback was quiet but powerful. No fanfare, no gimmicks, just thoughtful, informed choices that respected his body's needs. He started savoring whole, fresh foods that nourished him instead of draining him. Simple swaps, like cooking with cold-pressed olive oil instead of corn oil, made a noticeable difference in his digestion and skin health. He even discovered new flavors and meals that brought joy back to his kitchen. Clovis's journey is proof that it's never too late to turn things around. Aging isn't a one-way street to decline. Sometimes, the keys to better health are hiding in plain sight, in the foods we eat every day. Have you experienced a small change that made a big impact on your health? What's one thing you could swap out today to feel better tomorrow? Let us know in the comments below. Your story could inspire someone else to take their own quiet comeback. Remember, it's the simple, consistent choices that build a stronger, healthier you. If Clovis can do it, so can you. And it all starts with what's on your plate. If you're over 60, your body simply doesn't bounce back from certain foods the way it used to when you were younger. That's not a reason to fear eating, it's a reason to be smarter about what goes on your plate. Awareness is the first step toward protecting your health and reclaiming your vitality. You don't have to overhaul your entire diet overnight. Start small. Pick just one of these 4 foods to swap out this week. That one simple change can spark a chain reaction that leads to massive improvements, more energy, clearer thinking, and a stronger body that supports you through every day. Aging doesn't have to mean losing your spark or watching your health slip away quietly. You have the power to stop that slow decline and take back control. It starts with the choices you make at every meal. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. If this message hit home, show some love by hitting that like button. Share this video with a friend or family member who needs this wake-up call. And don't forget to subscribe to Better Aging Advice, where we dig into uncommon truths and practical tips that can change everything about how you age, because you deserve better. Your journey to better health starts now, one plate, one choice, one day at a time.